myself out of bed when I gotta be up at a certain time or a certain hour or whatever. And I set 2 alarms on my phone like I normally do when when I gotta be up or whatever. And I did go to bed pretty late. Like I didn't end up going to sleep until like maybe around 7:30 ish. So it's like I'm gonna get like 5 hours of sleep. And I'm like, that'd be straight. Like I didn't do shit where I had like 2, 3, maybe 4 hours of sleep at most. I was like, I'll be good. I don't know what it was. I was knocked the fuck out. I woke up and I set an alarm for 12:30 and 12:45 because obviously the episodes they drop at 1 p.m. That's normally what I try to be live by. I was like, yeah, so that's the time I usually set my alarm for. I woke up at what was it, 1 something. It was like 105, 110, and my first alarm was still going off. I slept smooth through that whole like the 12:45 alarm hadn't even gone off yet because the 12:30 alarm was still going. So yeah, it was one of them days. But we here though. How was Japan? I haven't gone to Japan yet. Japan is next month. Well, I leave at the end of this month. Good sleep can't be taken for granted. Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, that being said, we already a little bit late to the party. So if y'all are ready to go ahead and jump into things, we can do that. I've been good. Can't complain too much. Life been going pretty smooth for the most part. Glad to see you. Hope you've been well. Hope you've been even better, actually. It just me, does my camera feel like a little bit higher than normal? Anyway, y'all ready to get this episode started? It's cold in Japan. Works for me. I like cold weather. Uber, what's good, man? You ready? All right. All right, cool. If everybody's ready, let's go ahead and get it started. Let me just do this. Let me make this. Let me make sure that's muted. Yes. All right. Starting the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was good, just chill. I have 151 hours played in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Shit, I don't know how many I have, but it's probably more than that, actually. I'm pretty sure I have around 200. Arthur, they got me for my foams. It was good, bonsai. Now, what you mean by find a vehicle? A long-time Dragon Ball fan of Budokai Tenkaichi. Growing up, I played Sparking Zero 24/7. I'm glad you're enjoying the game, homie. They talk about this Sea of Darkness again. I can't help but feel like, yeah, I would say I can't help but feel like either something gonna pop out that hole or Goku gonna fall in somehow. He'll be all right because he's Goku, but I knew something was gonna happen. It's good, Squire. How's the One Piece reading going? I have made it to volume 12. So they're on their way to the Grand Line right now. Okay, Glorio got hands. We knew that though. Damn. My Nintendo Switch just turned on by itself. You fuck with Don Don Don? I did not like that series. I watched the first episodes and was not feeling it. Glorio can't sense ki. Always thinking about some food. Hmm. That shit do not look good at all. Demon Boba. It is Demon Boba, huh? It's funny that he liked that skewered lizard and that should look terrible, but then he didn't fuck with the juice. You guys think it's worth seeing the English dub in theaters? Um, I mean, those first 3 episodes really aren't anything super crazy. It looks good, but not a whole lot happens. You might enjoy it. I mean, I think you would enjoy the episodes. Is it worth going to the theater? If you don't have to go too far out of your way to do it, and or you have some friends to go with, then probably. But like, it's not anything crazy. I think we'll get Demon King Piccolo and Sparking Zero or King Vegeta. I hope so. I want to see every character in the game. Fusion, huh? Some foreshadowing. So are we actually going to see a potential fusion here, or is it going to be one of those things where it doesn't work, or like something happens to the bugs before they actually get used? Need the Goku and Gohan fusion. Well, that ain't happening, but maybe we'll get to see a new fusion between Goku and Vegeta. That'd be really cool. It's a catapult. It's a fucking catapult. Yeah, what's good, sour milk? Well, Goku seems like he's having fun. Oh boy, I'm tired. Hey, yo.
Nothing amazing happens here. Everything
Yo,
is
Retro Trade, thank you
ordinary.
for the 6 months. Also, I realized I didn't thank people properly for the subs at the start of the stream. Yo, Lurker AC, thank you for the 3 months. I greatly appreciate that. Sleepy Shiki, thank you for the 6 months. And Je Crois, thank you for the 2 months as well. Really appreciate all of you. Also, I'm watching on Crunchyroll. I wonder how strong these Tamagamis are. I just won the World Series. Yes, sir. Shout out my GOAT, Shohei. Goku's such a child. Boing, boing. can't help but feel like people are gonna have a little less respect for Goma than they did for Dabura. What did you think was gonna happen, bro? Did they just suck the life force out that nigga? Oh, is it the little girl? It is. This is gonna be that girl with the pigtails, right? She's got a bomb. It was good, Odd God. Oh. She's got a hell of a taser, though. Oh, me, I'm just, you know, that nigga. I felt that, Odd God. Hope things get better soon, homie. Boing, boing, boing. I'm him. Oh, you're a war criminal. Not a war criminal, but a fugitive of the demon world. Banana. some eyes. And that's the end. Damn, these episodes go by so fast, man. Too fast? I know, right? Every time the shit start getting really good, it ends. All right, that's that. What I get shot for saying so far, this is GT with a different cast. What do you mean by that exactly? I guess it's not too different from how GT starts, so I guess I could see why you would say that, but I don't think too many people would be happy about that comparison. All right, let's get this review recorded. Give me one moment. Turn some music on. If the demon realm was a different planet instead of a realm, this would kind of just be GT without Pan and Trunks. Yeah, I see why you say that. Alright, let me get some background music going and we'll record this review. And then I'll run some CPU battles while I edit it and everything. Was there an update for Sparking Zero that I don't know about? I see a video in my recommended talking about an update. But I didn't hear or see anything about an update outside of that. New place seeing bad people oppress the lower class and Goku beats their ass. Yeah, I see the comparison. A couple of days ago, Xbox got an update that helped the servers. Oh, okay. A little better. All right. Check, check, mic check. We finally getting Vegerot. All right, let's do this. Actually, let me turn. Oh, let me turn my alerts off. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lotus Asakura, the one who never knows best, and also the one who overslept today and almost missed this watch party. But welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk to you guys about episode 4 of Dragon Ball Daima. Before we get into this, I do want to say, though, that I think this series is going to be 20 episodes. I think that's the number that's been getting thrown around. And for it being that short, you might have expected it to be a little bit more fast-paced than it has been thus far. I don't mind the pacing, but I'm just taking note of it because I could definitely see why some people may not be as into this. Because when you think of Dragon Ball, a lot of people think of it being a lot more, you know, action-based and everything like that. But this isn't as much focused on the action as it is kind of on the adventure and kind of slice of life right now. And, you know, I'm not above enjoying those genres, so it's fine by me, but it is worth noting. That being said, I do expect it to pick up more and more as the series progresses and as we get closer to like that 10 episode mark, that 15-20 count. So we'll see how it goes. That being said, this episode starts off with, you know, the gang kind of looking around like, well, don't really know what we do now because Glorio's plane got stolen. Goku suggests that they just fly the rest of the way to the castle, just like of themselves. And Supreme Kai can fly and Glorio can fly, but Glorio's like, it's not really the best idea because the air is really heavy here and you'll tire yourself out. And since they've already been attacked a number of times, you probably don't want to tire yourself out and have no stamina left to fight any bandits or whatever random demons, you know, end up crossing their paths that won't smoke. And Goku flies around for a little bit. He's like, actually, yeah, you might be right. Maybe let's not do that. So they start walking, but they once again come across the Sea of Darkness. And this whole Sea of Darkness thing, it's like a reoccurring thing. So as they were flying over it, because again, I do a watch party for these episodes live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Lotus Asakura. And like, as they're flying over, I'm like, okay, they bring up the Sea of Darkness again. Before I could even get the sentence out, I was like, something's either gonna pop out of there or someone's gonna fall in. As I'm saying that sentence, a monster flies out and attacks the group. And, you know, Goku dodges, bob, weave, whatever. Glorio's actually the one who springs into action. Makes quick work of him. I ain't gonna lie, he was kind of throwing him hands at Goku's like, hey, you ain't too bad. Yeah, it did look pretty smooth, pretty cool how Glorio threw the beat down on that thing. It was very quick. It was over within a brief moment. Beautifully animated, of course, as everything in this series has been so far. But that was your little sprinkle of action for the first bit of this episode before we get back to the adventuring part. Then what happened next? So they managed to get over the gorge, the valley, whatever you want to call it, for the Sea of Darkness, and they start walking again. And then they're attacked again by another like giant bandit that Goku makes very quick work of, and he sensed it before it happened because obviously he can sense ki and everything like that. And to my surprise, Gloria was like, hey, how did you know he was there? I didn't see anything. And Goku's like, oh, I sensed him. Glorio can't sense ki. Actually, he doesn't even know what ki is, which, I don't know, I guess that shouldn't be a huge deal, but like, we've just known about ki and sensing ki. Like, that's been a thing since the Saiyan saga, you know what I mean? Like, after the Saiyan saga, like there was a couple characters, I guess, like, you know, Raditz couldn't sense ki, Nappa couldn't sense ki, Vegeta couldn't sense ki until the Namek saga, and Frieza couldn't sense ki. But basically, since the Frieza saga, everybody can, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's so long ago in the Dragon Ball like world, and I mean, well, I guess in their world, it actually isn't that long ago. It's, you know, it's some years, but it ain't like it's been less years in their world than it has been for us in real life. For us in real life, that was a long time ago, you know what I mean? So it just kind of threw me off. I was like, what, the nigga can't sense ki? That's surprising. And he's like a decent fighter as well. So you just kind of expect anybody that shows up in Dragon Ball right now that has any sort of fighting capabilities to be able to sense ki, and he can't. So I don't know if that's going to be foreshadowing for something later, but it was worth noting in my opinion. And speaking of foreshadowing, there's a couple other things that happen that seem like foreshadowing. I don't think that's the last that we've seen of the Sea of Darkness. That's certainly not. I feel like there's a reason why they brought up that Glorio can't sense ki and doesn't even know what it is. I feel like that's going to come into play at some point later, which we'll talk about momentarily, as long as I don't forget the point that I want to come back around to. But anyway, they make their way to the shop. Okay, Goku, of course, hungry, thirsty, wants a drink, wants something to eat. And at this shop, the waitress there serves him up this skewered lizard that looks extremely unappetizing, and he bites into it, and it's low-key making me disgusted thinking about it, where it's like gelatinous inside, and there's like this black paste that don't look like meat at all, and like the way he bit into it, I wasn't a fan. He thought it was delicious, cool. She also serves him like some demon boba, I guess. There's like some herb juice with like some pearls in it. I don't know. He didn't like it though. Apparently it's really healthy and good for you. He said it was bitter, whatever. But outside of food, using the word food loosely here, and drink, this shop also sells like not souvenirs exactly, but these herbal bugs, like these bugs that you, I guess, consume that perform all these different things like medically. So like, you know, revive your stamina, and like it's good for your skin. And randomly there is a bug that is called, fuck, what was it called, chat? It wasn't called the fusion bug. What was it called? The join bug? The join bug, which, as you might could guess, is a bug that allows two individuals to join or fuse. So foreshadowing. Goku actually gets Glorio, which, by the way, he keeps mispronouncing his name and calling him Gorillo or something like that, or Golito, like swapping the R and the L. But Goku asks him to buy a bunch of them, and he does. And among, you know, all the bugs, he gets a couple of the join bugs. So then that begs the question, are we going to see fusion at some point in Dragon Ball Daima? I've seen some fan art, like some sketches, some random illustrations from people who've drawn, like, you know, Dragon Ball Daima Vegeta or Dragon Ball Daima Gogeta. And because the thing about fusion is the character that Goku and Vegeta fuse into is dependent on the technique that they use. Potara fusion results in Vegito. The fusion dance results in Gogeta. The technique used is what determines the outcome of the fusion. So first and foremost, is there going to be fusion? Second of all, is that fusion going to be between Goku and Vegeta, or Goku and somebody else potentially? Or it could be two characters that's not either of them at all. I hope not. That'd be disappointing. But it could be cool. Who knows? And if Goku and Vegeta do fuse, it's just going to be a completely new fusion that we've never seen before. That's one way to sell some toys, make this hype, get some more DLC in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, get you some extra cards and Legends and Dokkan, you know what I'm saying? Like that'd be really sick. Fusion is such a gimmick, I guess, at this point, but it would be sick. It would be hype to see like a new little like kid fusion between Goku and Vegeta. Like, come on, that would be kind of fire. That would be kind of fire. And I don't think it's meant to be permanent, or is it? I don't know. I actually don't remember if they said, but definitely some foreshadowing there. Now they could be doing like a little bait and switch, or like getting our hopes up and it doesn't actually happen. Like the join bug is there, like Goku is in possession of them. Okay, now he could end up losing them, accidentally eating them both. Someone else could take them and use them. They could use it and it doesn't actually work. Any number of things, right? But they make it seem like there's potential for fusion to happen. So now I want to see it. You dangled it in front of me. Now I want to see it happen. Who knows what this new fusion would be? Somebody in my chat said Vegeta. I think Vegeta is actually what they call Vegito in Japanese. So it'd probably be something different than that. But who knows? What would be the name that you would give a new fusion between Goku and Vegeta? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, so they're looking for transportation. Glorio's trying to find a plane or something like that. They don't have a plane at this shop, but they do have a sky seed. What is a sky seed, you may ask? An overglorified catapult. I think it's like the seed from like a giant flower or something like that, and they basically just get Goku, Glorio, and Supreme Kai to like sit on it and just launch them into the sky very, 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 very fast. Sky seed, right? And this is after Glorio like negotiates the price down from like 8,000 dokuro to like 5,000 or something like that, and they fly approximately 120 kilometers, which is interesting to me that they were using like a real life unit of measure, and maybe that's just how they translate it or whatever, compared to the dokuro that they're using, which is like their currency, and just all the other, like, you know, fantasy made up units of measure and shit, whatever. And guess what? While they're on the Sky Seed, guess what they have to pass over again? The Sea of Darkness. Again, the Sea of Darkness is this reoccurring thing. Glorio is sure to mention every time, hey, if you fall in, it'll be the end of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's kaput. This is going to come into play again. I just know it. Like, Goku's going to fall in there somehow. He's going to be fine because he's Goku, but Goku going to fall in there somehow. Someone is going to pop out of there. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Something else is going to happen with this Sea of Darkness, because how many times are they going to have to pass out? Like, are you making any progress on this journey? How many times do you have to pass over the same spot? Like, I don't know. Or is it just one of those things where it just constantly is like, you know, bobbing and weaving and winding all throughout, meandering the demon realm, the third demon realm as they're in, because remember, there's 3 of them things, but whatever. I don't know. That's not the last we've seen of it, I'm sure. Anyway, they jump off the Sky Sea before they fall into the Sea of Darkness, and then when they land, Gloria says it's about half a day's walk to the castle from here. Goku's like, oh, we should just fly the rest of the way, and then Gloria and Supreme Kai are like, yeah, I don't really want to do that, because Goku's like, even though we could use the revive bugs to replenish our stamina, Glorio and Kai don't want to do that. They're not the biggest fan of bugs, so they're just like, I'd rather just walk. And Goku's like, okay, well, suit yourself. I guess that's what we're gonna do. Then Glorio and Goku start talking about the Demon Realm's Dragon Balls, and we find out, well, I guess we kind of already knew this, but we find out that there's only 3 Dragon Balls in the Demon Realm, and there's 1 Dragon Ball in each world, and each world has their Dragon Ball being protected by one of the Tamagami that I believe we were told were made or like put in place by the old Namek. What was his name again? Novio? Chat, what was his name? Novio? I can't remember the old Namekian's name. I want to say it was like Novio or something like that. Be running back Capito shit? I hope not. I gotta look up bro's name. Neva. His name was Neva. Never ever. Never, never, never. Neva. His name was Neva. The Namekian Neva, I think he created them or whatever, which would make you think that they can't be that strong, but maybe he was extremely powerful back in his heyday, so I don't know. Regardless though, Goku's like, hey, that sounds like fun to me, because apparently no one's ever actually collected the Dragon Balls and made a wish in the Demon Realm, because you have to do that 3 times and go through the Tamagami, and then no one had the kuspa to do that. So Goku's like, sound like fun to me. Let's go on an adventure. I'm trying to collect the Dragon Balls and make a wish. And then ultimately they decide, hey, you know, that maybe that might not be the wisest decision, but we could use the Dragon Balls here to rescue Denden, and then use the Earth Dragon Balls to return you back to normal. And so that's the plan that they decide upon. So that ought to be fun. I'm looking forward to Goku having to fight them things. So after that has been decided, of course, naturally, Goku's already hungry and thirsty again, which is interesting because, like, I feel like it hasn't been that long since they just left the shop where he just ate and got a drink. It couldn't have been more than like 20 or 30 minutes, but it's Goku, so whatever. He gets on the power pole, extends, does a little looking around, sees the next town. They go over to the next town. However, when they get there, the military forces of like King Goma are kind of like extorting the townspeople, and they're wearing these weird collars, and basically they're saying, hey, new rule, we've been a little bit too lenient with like the offerings around here, so from now on, 3 gold coins per person. All right, and if you can't pay 3 gold coins per person every time we come around for collections, that's 3 years off your lifespan. So if you ain't got no coin, that's 9 years we taking off your lifespan. And well, they didn't even say off your lifespan, they said you forfeit 3 years of your life. And so the way I interpreted that was that they were going to serve jail time. I thought like for every, you know, every coin that you can't cough up, that's going to be 3 years of jail time. However, as it proceeds, we see them then making their offerings or like, you know, giving up their collections. And then of course there's a character who shows up that can't afford it. He's only got like 2 or whatever it was. And what then ends up happening is the guy that collecting stuff like hooks this machine up to the back of the dude's neck and wraps it around his throat, and he like sucks the life force sucks the life force out of him. Like he absorbs his energy. Like I don't really know what it is. It's like this blue goop he like takes out of bro, and I guess that's like his life force, his energy, his, I don't really know how they're like quantifying it or whatever, but he just straight up absorbs something out of the guy, and that's the life force that he forfeit, I guess. I don't really get how that works. I thought it was gonna be jail time. No, but he's literally taking years off your lifespan somehow. Whatever. As you can imagine, Goku doesn't like standing by idly and watching all that. However, before he can jump into action, we get a tiny masked little what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Hero, let's say, who's coming to the rescue of the villagers, and she has a bomb that she has prepared, and she throws the bomb at the soldiers only for it to be a complete dud and fall flat, and then they attack her and they chase after her. Now I offer it, I assume, oh, that's gonna be the little girl from the intro with like the pigtails or whatever, right? The little demon girl. And it does end up ultimately being her, but she's getting chased and she's getting captured. She's got this really powerful taser, by the way. The bomb was a dud, but somebody grabs her. She whips out this mega taser and bzz, like zaps the dude to all hell, and then takes off running. They catch her again. Goku jumps into action, and then again, that's the real meat of the action for this episode. Goku's, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, power pole, whirling, twirling, punch, kick, boom, hot, yacht, chop, suey, and knocks out like the whole military force. And he looking around like, kind of overdid it. And now Goku's a fugitive of the demon realm because he just directly got into combat with the military forces of the new ruler of the demon world in King Goma. So I'm sure the realm ain't gonna take too kindly to that. Him, Glory, and Supreme Kai probably on the list now. They probably got wanted posters already posted up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then that's basically the end of the episode. And then as they are running off and running out of town and going back into the mountains to, like, you know, take cover and recover their breath and everything, the girl shows up and she takes off her mask and her hood that she had on to reveal that she is the girl from the intro. She doesn't introduce her name or anything like that, but you know, we see her face and her hair and everything, and they zoom into her face and into her eyes, and just, they really want you to lock into these big, beautiful, piercing, super bright purple eyes that she has. Really pretty color, like it a lot. Don't know if her eyes have any specific significance, but they make sure to zoom in and just, they really want you to see them big old eyes. So yeah, that's where the episode ends. Oh, before I forget, the one thing I wanted to say about, like, you know, not being able to sense ki coming back into play, I wonder if that's like common in the demon realm and how many other people can't sense ki, and I wonder if that'll be a factor later when Goku is trying to collect the Dragon Balls there in the Tamagami. I wonder if the Tamagami can't sense ki, and if that'll be like a strategy or something that comes into play or is a factor later on when they're trying to collect these Dragon Balls. Maybe not, maybe so, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but that was the thing I said I wanted to come back around to and touch on later, but it almost slipped my mind, but I remembered here at the end. That being said, that's where the episode ends. It was a fun episode for sure. Like I said, a little bit more slice of life and adventure in this series than I think most people were probably expecting, but I ain't mad at it. You do get a little bit of action here or there in every episode, maybe not as much as some people would like, but it's fine. I actually had someone in chat tell me that this is low-key giving them Dragon Ball GT vibes, and I was like, well, in what sense? He was like, well, think about it. Like, if you just replace like the demon realm with like another planet, and you just replace Pan and Trunks with Glory and Supreme Kai, it's not all that different. You know what I'm saying? Like them going off on the ship with these with his two companions, and him kind of being like the star of the show and trying to collect these Dragon Balls is gonna seemingly be the main mission here. And I was like, okay, like it might be a bit of a reach to some degree, but I definitely see where you're coming from. I understand what he means. Glorio seems more useful than either Pan or Trunks were for the most part in GT, because GT really was Goku's time, which was the meme that we used to call it back in the day. And he obviously is still the star, but it is what it is. I'm enjoying Daima so far. By the way, are any of you going to be going to the theater to check out those first 3 episodes in the English dub together, you know, as part of the premiere, whatever? I probably won't myself, especially since I've already seen them. it probably could be fun if you were going with friends or if you hadn't already seen it, whatever. But for me, I just don't really have a whole lot of incentive to go, and I don't really, you know, I'm not really like super gung ho about the English dub. Like I enjoy the English dub of Dragon Ball, but not enough to the point where it's like, oh, I've already seen this, but I gotta go see it in dub. So, you know, I'll catch it on streaming, whatever, and check it out. That being said, that's where we're gonna wrap up this part. What did you guys think of the episode? How are you feeling about Dragon Ball Daima so far? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit this video with a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can stay tuned for all the awesome content I'm bringing you. With all that being said, that's pretty much all I have for today. And remember, nothing can happen until you swing the bat. Later. Okay, fire shirt, thank you. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna open up Sparking Zero and let the CPU fight each other while I get this video up. That's cool with y'all. Why they need a fusion bug? They got Potara and Goku knows the fusion dance. I guess we won't know until we see. It's gonna come into play somehow, somewhere.